The example of Zacchaeus is a profound one. Impacts me greatly. I love the story of Zacchaeus, the tax collector. I'm not sure if you like this story, but I find it profound. It's so simple. It's so simple. Zacchaeus encounters Christ. Conversion happens in his heart. And Zacchaeus reorders his life around this new relationship with Jesus and the gospel. Pretty simple, huh? That's conversion. An encounter with Jesus Christ. And then a taking of stock. Is my life in right order? Is my life in right relationship? In the things that I am doing, in the way that I'm living, is that in union with Jesus? And if not, to reorder it. Beautiful, isn't it? It's simple. So I invite all of us to think about that. How are you? How are you? Conversion's an ongoing thing, isn't it? It's ongoing. We're all constantly facing Jesus again, and things shift in our hearts. That's what I think about that conversion. Something shifted in Zacchaeus' heart. That we've all had that in our life where the way we were when we were 19 isn't the way we were when we were 29 and 39 and 49, and things shift differently as we have different perspectives, don't we? So what today I'm inviting us to do as a whole parish community is to think about that in light of Zacchaeus. To think about the ordering of my life and how my life is ordered to the good of the parish, the community. See, Zacchaeus, tradition is that Zacchaeus, remember, he had this big conversion. He reordered his possessions, and then he became a devout disciple and follower of Jesus. In our tradition, Zacchaeus became a profound follower of Jesus and builder of the kingdom. This weekend is Commitment Sunday here at St. Paul. I sent everybody a letter this week. If you're registered in the parish, maybe you got that. Just to think about, how can I be like Zacchaeus? What's my commitment to the building of the kingdom of God? And we all are going to do that in our own vocation, in our own way. But literally, what am I doing for the parish, for the church community? And many people are doing wonderful, wonderful things. In fact, we're going to have a man, Matthew Eineck, is going to go and come up. Matt, yeah, share a little bit about the impact of being in a community and what it means to be impacted by a parish and to give into a parish, because we need everyone. Oh, hi Beth, come on up. Yeah, we need to be engaged and involved in our parish. I'd just like to have Matthew and Beth Eineck, a wonderful couple from our parish, to share a bit of your own testimony of your experience at St. Paul's.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Matthew Eineck. This is my wonderful wife, Beth. We're here this morning to share a little of our journey towards finding meaningful engagement with the St. Paul's community, to offer an opportunity to reflect on your own engagement, and to challenge you to consider how you can be a greater part of the community with your time, talents, and treasure. Beth and I began attending Mass regularly at St. Paul's in our early 20s. As a young adult, one year for Lent, I decided to match my giving to St. Paul's with what I was spending going out on the weekend. This helped me to realize both how much I spent going out and also that I really could contribute more to the collection plate. Beth completed RCIA in 2005, and we were married a year later at Old St. Paul's by Father Oscar, whom I also received confirmation from at St. Hubert's in Homedale. Being at the beginning of our careers and not sure how we fit into the community, we engaged in the monthly dinners for young adult Catholics across the valley. There we met former parish staff Pete Epsel, who encouraged me to volunteer for a couple years assisting with the high school youth ministry. I've had the opportunity to find friends and fellowship in the Knights of Columbus, where I've met some great servants of our parish, some of whom are no longer with us. As our careers got busier and children were born, our lives certainly changed. Grace and David were baptized here, and we've been blessed to send them to St. Paul's School and see them receive First Communion. At times over the years, it's been difficult to find the time to contribute meaningfully to our parish. These last few years, our resources have been strongly focused around St. Paul's School. Beth serves on the school board and is actively involved in work for the gala, which, by the way, I would like to personally invite all of you, your family, and friends to on February 22nd. The time we spend involved in the parish and the school have given us great friendships and a strong sense of community. Catholic social teachings include the value of association and participation. We are not only sacred but social. We are called to associate with one another, to create the conditions that enable everyone to participate in their own destiny. This value of participation has provided our family with a Catholic community that is building a strong foundation for our children's future and their own faith journey. It is important for each of us to stop and reflect on where we have grown in our faith, where we find comfort in our second home here at St. Paul's Church, how our lives have changed as we move through these different seasons, how we can become a greater part of the community. Many of us are no longer the 20-somethings we once were. This last spring, Beth and I had a bit of an aha moment. Beth had forgotten the checkbook, and since she doesn't always tend to put cash back in my wallet after she's borrowed it out, we found ourselves not having contributed the regular amount to the parish collection during the first part of the year. After seeing a reminder about the ability to give online at the school, Beth explored this opportunity further. On the church's website, we discovered a link to online giving. Most of our other financial commitments are online, and it made perfect sense that our giving could also be set up online. We set up an account and were able to thoughtfully determine what would be a meaningful contribution to the parish community. That has become an important part of our lives. We scheduled a recurring gift and now don't have to worry about remembering envelopes, whether there's cash in the wallet or if we have the checkbook. The hardest part is the deeply rooted Catholic guilt of passing the basket without putting something in it. But reminding ourselves that we are still contributing. This way, even when we go on vacation, our home parish still receives the support it needs to provide the tremendous services and community-building activities that we enjoy. Did you know that you can also use text to give? As we move into the next age of currency exchange, feel free to pull out your phone and to make a contribution digitally. As all of our lives have continuously changed through birth and growth of our children, education, job changes, and the death of loved ones, one constant has been the community of St. Paul's Church, the comfort and love we feel each time we walk through the doors. We are blessed to call this incredible community our home. Thank you for the important role you play in building up and being part of this wonderful community. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew, and thank you, Beth. Thank you for the many ways that you serve, and many of you do so many wonderful things, and I want to say thank you to all of you, because it takes a community, doesn't it? It takes many. And so what I want to invite all of us to do right now is take a moment of quiet for us to do some reflection in our own lives. What is the commitment that I want to make to the parish? What's the commitment I want to make to the parish? And some of you are you're like, I've been doing this for 85 years. Well, thank you. Pray for the rest of us that we will take up the baton from you. But I want us to think about what is my commitment to the parish in terms of just my prayer, my service and ministry, and also with tithing. There's a card in the pews. Some of them are in English and some of them are Spanish. So all of you are registered. I mailed one to you and invited you to bring it. And if you didn't bring it, you can bring it sometime later. But I want to take a moment now to look at that card and maybe have a little discussion with your spouse, or to reflect, what is my commitment to the parish? So that the parish can count on the financial resources, the ministerial resources to be able to meet the growing needs of our area. We make commitments to Verizon and to Cable One. We make commitments to that. And what's your commitment to the parish? Or some of us, when I became a giver at 19, and I gave, my whatever it was, am I still giving what I gave at 19 years old? And has that changed at all? Or I might not be in a position to do a whole lot more. Great. Can you commit to praying? I'm not asking you to do the impossible, just asking you to think about what you can do and what you can commit to here at St. Paul's. We have ministries of hospitality that we're trying to grow, liturgical ministries, etc. And so let's take a moment and think about that. And if you want to fill out that card, you're welcome to. There's an envelope there. There's a pencil in it. And Bruno's going to have a little music playing and to think about that. And then our ushers are going to pick up anyone who brought their envelope. So they're going to walk through in a few minutes and pick up the envelope. This is not the collection, so don't put your Sunday offering in this basket. Just the commitment envelope if you brought it, or if you want to fill one out now, or in the weeks ahead, bring that commitment envelope with you, that commitment card, okay? So let's just take a moment and think about that. Think about our Zacchaeus moment and the commitment we're going to make to the parish. So you're welcome to look at the envelopes there, do some thinking. What I'm asking all of us is to make some sort of a commitment. Right? We make a commitment. Like Zacchaeus did. He committed to doing something. I'm going to give this to the poor. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. He made a commitment. Have you ever done that? If you already have, great. Just relook at it again. If you haven't, now's your opportunity. Let's take a moment and think about our commitments.